Captain and libero number 7, Blakely Freeman. The other captain wearing number 11, Sophia Frucci. Wearing number 2, Ava Franklin. Number 3, Kyla Conte. Number 18, Chelsea Beard. Number 31, Olivia Washington. Number 32, Nate Burns. And coach for Bloomington is the Weinberg. And now your starting lineup for your Lady Artesia. Captain wearing number 9, Grace Reynolds. Libero wearing number 1, Molly Urban. Number 6, Katie Nicholson. Number 8, Gracie Dorset. Number 10, Mackenzie Martin. Number 12, Emery Carter. Rounding out the lineup, wearing number 17, Ella Whitney. And coach the Artesian, Hannah Kleingartner. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand, remain standing, and remove your hat while we play our national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the John R. Wooden Gymnasium for Martinsville Artesian Volleyball here on WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Tonight, a non-conference matchup as the Martinsville Artesians play host to the Cougars from Bloomington High School North. Martinsville 12-6 on the campaign. The Cougars come in 6-5, but both ball clubs losing their most recent matches. The Artesians falling in their last 2, 3-1 to Franklin Community on Tuesday night, and then Monday to Avon. Bloomington North fell 3-0 on Tuesday night to their crosstown rivals, the Bloomington South Panthers. We are getting set to go here at the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. As you can see, the brand new bleachers that have been installed and just about complete, so they've got most of the bleachers out here this evening. And Bloomington North will go to serve first here for the start of this match. And the first serve will be point for Martinsville as it goes into the net. And it'll be Grace Reynolds that'll serve for the Artesians now. Reynolds with a jump serve. On the outside, a big kill for Bloomington High School North. The attack that time by Kyla Conte, able to hammer it home. The serve right at Katie Tomlinson, and Conte able to get the ace. 2-1, Bloomington North out in front here in set number 1. Let's see where they go this time. Again, the coach calling out where she wants it to go. They serve right at Molly Urban. Grace Reynolds outside. Mackenzie Martin fires it down. Mackenzie, the leading attacker for the Artesians for the season, coming in. 55 sets played. She averages nearly 5 kills a set. Set middle for Bloomington North, and they keep control of it now. Now they'll do the back set here on the left side, and the Cougars able to get it down. 3-2 now. They are out in front. And I said left side is set to the left-hander on the right side. That time Olivia Washington able to get it in for the kill. Jump float serve now for the Cougars. Martinsville goes to the right side to their left-handed attacker, Macy Dorsett, and Macy hammers it home. So Dorsett playing that right side or opposite for the Artesians and head coach Kayla Back, and then the service ace for Molly Urban, the libero here this evening for Martinsville. The sophomore playing very well this season. Washington on the right side hits it long, and another point for the Artesians. Martinsville without their head coach here this evening. So our thoughts go out to her. She's dealing with some family issues. So Kenneth Kleingartner will be the head coach here once again. She was on Monday night against Avon and continues to do that this week as well. So again, thoughts with Kayla Back and her family for the Artesians. 5-4 the score. Hope maybe she has an opportunity to be able to catch the game here. Serve for the North Cougars. Martinsville going middle to Ella Whitney, and it will go out of bounds. So the quick set that time in the middle by Grace Reynolds, the Artesians setter. Just fantastic. Obviously, the setter leading the team in assists. Urban has to get the dig. Conte on a little bit of a slide, and there's a miscommunication there, but it was violation on the Artesians, so the Cougars will get the point there. Go up 6-5 early going. Set number 1. Blakely Freeman will get the service ace. And she will go back to serve once more for Bloomington High School North. Dorsett up to Reynolds on the slide to Whitney, goes off block, and the Cougars can't recover in time. So nicely done that time by Ella. Macy Dorsett back to serve now for Martinsville. Conte up ahead. They'll go to the outside. The big swing there by North, but Martinsville with the block. Again, a block by the Artesians. And over and in is Emily Jones. So the senior able to get the point and get the side out for the Artesians. Back to serve now for Martinsville. Still Macy Dorsett. Again, the slide that time by North, and that will go long, and another point for the Artesians. So Martinsville making the most of it, battle their way back, 8-7. Was reading the game story in the Herald Times from the Bloomington North, Bloomington South matchup on Tuesday night, and the coach from Bloomington South was talking about how he really talks to his team about getting 2-for-1 scoring opportunities. And if you can get more 2-for-1 chances than what your opponents do, you're obviously going to win the match. And so that's really what they try to focus on, getting 2 points in a row. So Martinsville able to do that on a couple of occasions. You get the side out, and then you hope to score again before allowing the other team to score. North back on serve. Martinsville trying to get the side out here. Grace Reynolds all the way outside again. Emily Jones, another good swing by Emily. They've really tried to move the block toward the outside here to Ella Whitney. That time Ella goes wide a little bit. So there's that 2-point run thus far for Bloomington North. But Martinsville really likes to run that slide to the right side to Ella from that middle position. And so the block's kind of been moved to that side here. Serve is a little bit wide for Bloomington North, so a point back to the Artesians. So this is where Martinsville would like to get that 2-for-1. They'd like to at least get one more here on the serve for Katie Wong. So Katie with the point, and they do get the one. 11-9, Katie Wong. Back to serve for Martinsville, 11-9 leaders. In the middle now for North, and it goes wide, so point again for the Artesians. Martinsville's had a tough stretch of matches here as of late against some perennial power-type volleyball clubs. Franklin, although down a little bit this year, has done a great job over the past couple of years with some really star players led by a former Artesian coach and Artesian player in Roxanne Chapman. But then Roxanne not coaching anymore. Her daughter was a fantastic volleyball player as well, but is also a very, very, very talented swimmer. As that goes off block, Macy Dorsett doing a great job, the Artesians are. And so that Franklin Ball Club had been down a little bit this year, but have been playing well and has some talent. They got the win. And then, of course, Avon. Coach Scott McQueen back at the helm. He has 3 state championships to his name. Conte elevates, but can't get a great swing on it, but Ella Whitney does. And so Martinsville not settling for the 2-for-1. They're going for even more here. I believe that is 5 straight for Martinsville now. And they've got the lead 14-9 here. Set number 1 from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium, the beautifully renovated John R. Wooden Gym with the new bleachers. Nearly finished. It's the end bleachers upstairs that still need to have a couple of the benches put on them. Again, Martinsville goes middle, and Ella finds the open spot on the court. I think they gave the point to Martinsville. They'll wait. We're going to get a timeout here. They do. Ella, if you joined us on our last broadcast, we talked about the UK commit, go play softball there at Kentucky, just the junior, and that junior class loaded. Mackenzie Martin, the leading attacker, and Grace Reynolds, obviously the leader in assists, the setter, the forward general, if you will, for head coach Kayla Back. Again, Kenneth Kleingardner, the coach here today. But Martinsville trying to hold on to this 6-point lead. 15-9, they lead it over the Bloomington North Cougars. Artesians with a conference matchup at Whiteland next week, and then they host their Artesian Classic on Saturday. We covered that a couple of times back in the day. And by that back in the day, I mean back in 1996 when Martinsville won that first state championship after making a couple of straight appearances to the championship game where they finished second. And Mackenzie Martin again gets it down. So another point on the serve by Katie Wong. Reynolds, middle, Mackenzie Martin, and she scores again. 17-9 now. On the serve of the senior. Again, trouble on the serve received by Bloomington North, so that timeout did absolutely nothing to halt the momentum of the Artesians. 18-9, they lead it. Could quickly be 19-9, boy, and the Cougars just get a break, and that's sometimes what happens. Conte with the roll shot over top of the block attempt, and it was able to get down simply for the fact that the timing was off a little bit by Martinsville because they thought they were going to get a bigger swing out of Conte, and they did not. As a result, that shot just gets over the Artesian block as they're coming down, and the point for North. And then another lucky break here for Bloomington North. Hits the top of the net, just barely rolls over, finds an open spot on the floor, so they've reeled off a couple of straight. And the Cougars still on serve now. Ava Franklin. She had 9 kills to lead the way for the Cougars in their loss to South on Tuesday night. Conte elevates and just hammers it home. So a little bit of a run here by Bloomington North. And an ace. So North, after finding themselves down 18-9, have clawed their way back to 18-13. Ava Franklin back on serve once again for the Cougars. And the Artesians will take advantage of that miss hit on the serve, the service error, and it'll be Ella Whitney on the serve. Jump ball at the net there, Mackenzie Martin. 2013, so Martinsville just a few points away from maybe closing this thing out. Serve, receive, air, but they'll set outside. Conte just hammers it home. Martinsville having trouble getting their block over to Conte, and she's done a nice job on the outside. Urban with the dig. Quickly to Mackenzie Martin. Had a good run at it, but it was blocked by the Cougars. And again, man, Conte really liking the floor of the John R. Wooden Gymnasium because she's able to elevate, hang a little bit, and really get on top of the volleyball to hammer it home. 20-15 now. So Martinsville led 18-9. Now the two teams have kind of exchanged points after North made a little bit of a run at the Artesian. Let's see if Martinsville can get back at it here. Grace Reynolds outside. Mackenzie Martin, a big swing. Dug, though, by the Cougars. Again, they'll set Conte. And again, it's off block of Emery Carter. Reynolds right back to Martin. And it's blocked down. So the Cougars teaming up there. Well, that will fall in. Well, 20-17. I think we're going to get a timeout by the Artesians. We will. (20-17) the score here, a timeout. Martinsville and Bloomington North. Non-conference matchup from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. I've said on a couple of occasions, if you see the bleachers, the brand new bleachers here at the John R. Wooden Gym. They redid the floor a few years ago, and then the bleachers getting redone as well this year and look fantastic. They are just about done with them. On one end upstairs, there's like 2 boards missing on the south end upstairs. Or I guess it would be the east end upstairs, and then the west side upstairs is the majority of the boards, about half of them are missing. So once they get those in, they'll finish it up and be ready to go for basketball season completely. See if Martinsville can put a halt here. They'll again go to the outside to Mackenzie Martin, and a good person to go to deliver. And they go to Mackenzie quite often. Back and watch some of the Artesians match up against Ron Colley on the Ron Colley Rebel live stream, and it's what their color commentator was talking about. The amount of times that Martinsville goes to their outside hitter, Mackenzie Martin. So 21-18 the score. Conte back to serve now. And the server received by Tomlinson. Was not a very, received very well by the Artesians there. Tomlinson trying to dig it. Mackenzie Martin right there to miss hit. 2-point advantage now. Conte trying to get too precise that time, and Martinsville 22-19 now. This is where you want to get like that 3-0 run in this one here. 22-19. Don't let North stay around. Again, a good person to have back there is Mackenzie Martin coming here to the near side to serve now. As they attack all the way across court, she hits it long. So they were trying to attack that back corner. Liv Gallagher, the junior defensive specialist, on to serve now for North. Urban, Reynolds, Dorsett. That's how you do it. 23-20. Nicely done all the way around by the Artesians. The good dig and pass by Molly Urban. Nice back set from Grace Reynolds, and then the kill for Macy Dorsett. Now Molly Urban will try to serve it out. The Cougars attacking the middle. Really no block there for the Artesians, so Martinsville just needs to prevent a run here by the Cougars. The libero, Blakely Freeman, back to serve. They attack Dorsett. 23-22. Kind of see coaches watching the match, trying to figure out where they want to go with it. Disney Bronnenberg, the head coach for Bloomington North, and they're serving right to that side. Reynolds, the slide to Ella Whitney, and Ella hit it just wide down the line, and we're tied up at 23. Martinsville needs a stop here. So that two-point run, they need one right here to the Artesians. They need to get the side out and then get a serve and get a win and get that victory here in set number 1. They led this one 18-9. And then North just started chipping away, and it looked like Martinsville had an opportunity, but North going on a couple of 2-0, 3-0 runs, able to tie this up at 23 apiece. They are on serve here in set number 1 from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Martinsville 12-6 for the season. The Cougars just 6-5. Couple of common opponents. The Cougars lost to Terre Haute South 3-2. Martinsville beat Terre Haute South at the Bedford Invite 2-0. Those invitationals just played to 3 games. But that's the extent of common opponents thus far. Oh, outside of I missed Columbus North. My apologies. North a 3-0 win over Columbus North. Martinsville 3-1 winners over North. And again, a nice serve. The slide to Ella Whitney, she goes off block, and so well, I thought that went off the block, but apparently it did not. So is that going to be North Point? It is. So this is set point coming up for the Cougars. Wow, what a run back at this one if the Cougars could get it. On the serve, Urban, Reynolds, back set Mackenzie Martin, and she's able to get it just down in between the block. So now Martinsville needs to go on a 2-0 run on the serve, really what would amount to a 3-0 run, and get the win. Outside. Blocked down, but off the Artesians, so it'll be point Cougars. And they're 1 point away from winning it once again. Another set point for the Cougars. Well, nobody wants to take command here. We're at 25 now. Play to 25, need to win by 2. Katie Wong will go back to serve, and if you remember, she's the one who got Martinsville at 18-9 lead. So let's see if she can string together a couple of serves and get Martinsville up. Well, good start. Serve, receive, air, Conte. The roll shot back, though. Martinsville couldn't control it. They'll go right back out to Conte. Off block, though. Nicely done by Reynolds and Whitney. Reynolds outside. Martin hammers it down. Well, when Conte's over on that left side, North has trouble getting their block back to where Martin is. And so recognizing that was Grace Reynolds. And it was against one blocker that McKenzie was hitting. That goes wide. And again, we're tied up. Mark's had a good crack at it, but stay at 26 now. That was in, but we'll take it. And we'll see if they're going to get a They won't. We'll take it. 27-26. That was close. But from my vantage point up here, and I've got a great vantage point, sitting right up on top of that line, so no fault to the line judges. But that looked like Martinsville got a break there, but the Cougars return it. But again, have had a lot of success going to Conte there on the left side. So again, North an opportunity here. Nat Burns on the serve. The setter. They will set. Martin. Doug. Conte. Blocked. Nicely done by Reynolds and Carter. Conte again. Wow. This is the longest volleyball set we've seen here. Have to win by 2, 28-27. Neither team wanting to give it an inch here. Nat Burns serves right at Martin, right back to her. Dorsett has to just hit it over. Outside, Conte hammers it off block. Kept alive by Martin, right back to McKenzie. Dug by the Cougars. The bump set. And that will get down. And the Cougars come all the way back from 18-9 deficit. They win set number 1. We will have set number 2 coming up. You are watching high school volleyball on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel and WRAP 15 Sports.
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never meant to take on such an endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. And here we are, right here, right now.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
When you hit that water, you're going to want to look for weeds, sunken structures, down trees, stuff like that. And let that breeze tell you where you want to go. Windy days like this, those bait fish will come swimming closer to shore. They'll bring the big boys with them, those bass and those pike. Now, they like cooler temperatures, so you ain't likely to have much luck.
You're good at giving fishing advice. We're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
I've always been with live bait.
Back at the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Get a look there at the Artesian Huddle. They trail 1-0 after the Cougars rally for a 29-27 set number 1 victory here. You see assistant coach Kenneth Kleingartner coaching here once again this evening for Kayla Back, who is with her family. So our thoughts and prayers out to her family. She's dealing with some things that has her away from her coaching here at Martinsville, but team trying to rally back here and get a victory over Bloomington High School North. Here at the John R. Wooden Gym. The MHS Rewind YouTube channel live stream. Glad you can join us. Tomorrow night we will not be at Franklin for the football game. Not allowed to go on the road in conference, kind of an agreement between conference schools for a variety of reasons, but wanted to cut down on the press box space that it would take and allow the home team to spread out a little bit more, so they've kind of made that arrangement, and then the home schools have been handling the broadcast. Now, our broadcasts have been free to view, FTV, what they call it, but a lot of schools have gone to the pay-per-view, the PPV model, and that's what will happen tomorrow night at Franklin. So if you can't get to the game to watch it, you can watch it on IHSA TV, but it will cost. Pay-per-view, I believe it'll be $9.95 is what Franklin has it at, but if you want to tune in and help support their program a little bit, by all means do that. Former MHS Rewind alum Kevin Hankins at the helm of Franklin Community's TV program. He does a nice job over there, so he will be running that broadcast tomorrow night. Martinsville with a couple of attacks to Kenzie Martin. Keep going to her. And finally able to get it down in that one. So 1-0 Martinsville lead here in game number 2. If you remember, they got out to an 18-9 lead in that first set, but North came all the way back to get the 29-27 victory, and they did it really largely on the right arm of Kyla Conte. She'll go back to serve now. 1-1 the score. Conte, the outside hitter for the Cougars. Those net serves count, and when they go over, it makes it difficult. And North, like we talked about, those 2-for-1 deals here. So they got the side out, and then they got at least 1 point now. They're looking for some more. Reynolds to Martin with a roll shot there. Burns goes to the outside. Tombleson keeps it alive. The back set to Macy Dorsett. She goes off block that time and gets it down. So 2-2 the score. So now Martinsville will try to get another point here and get that 2-for-1. Mackenzie Martin again moving here to the near side, normally on the far side on the serve, but she's hit a couple of those long. They're really trying to attack that back right corner for North. You can look there at the libero for Bloomington North, Blakely Freeman. Liv Gallagher on to serve. Urban over to Reynolds. She goes with the dump and nearly dug there by the Cougars, but that setter attack that time on the second hit by Reynolds. She does a nice job with that. Now Molly Urban on the serve. The miss hit by Gallagher, and so the Artesians with a good chance here, but Urban with the butt set outside. Macy Dorsett off block. Nice dig by the Cougars. Their attack can't get down the dig by Martin. They go middle that time to Ella Whitney, and Ella goes off block and gets the point for the Artesians. So Ella Whitney playing in that middle spot for Martinsville has done a nice job. Urban sets outside to Macy Dorsett, and the Cougars have to run it down, and they will just volley it over. Reynolds, the slide to Whitney, and she hits it long. So Martinsville really, in the matches we've seen, likes to run that slide to Whitney. They go outside here to Emily Jones, and she's had some good swings here in the match. Whitney with the block. Reynolds, Urban sets outside. Jones again off block, and Cougars scrambling to get it over. Both teams kind of volleying back and forth. Neither team can get it down. So a long point. They go back row attack to Mackenzie Martin. Cougars all over the court. And the little tip. Very, very huge momentum swing. Those kind of points, if you can get the ball to go down on your side and get it. And now the Cougars will go back to serve. It'll be Blakely Freeman, and trying to get Whitney, and they cannot. So the Cougars getting at least the 2-point run here. Freeman back to serve. Cougars up one, a game, none. Martinsville outside, Emily Jones. Like I said, Emily really swinging well here today. That couldn't get that one down, but making really North work for it. Another point for Bloomington North. See what Bronnenberg wants to serve. Over to Urban. Reynolds, middle to Whitney, and that will find the floor. Macy Dorsett back to serve now. And the Cougars with a big swing on the left side. Frucci with the point for North, and she will be back to serve now, the junior outside hitter. Reynolds all the way back to Emily Jones. The block kept alive by North. Emily with another swing at it, but it'll go wide. So another point for Bloomington North. Well, Martinsville some work to do. This match, or this set, a little different than the first set where Martinsville jumped out to an 18-9 lead. Well, the Cougars have jumped out in this one. 9-5, leading already 1-0. Reynolds will set back row to Mackenzie Martin, and a kind of unlucky bounce for the Cougars as it hit off the arm of a blocker. Mackenzie's had some much stronger attacks here tonight, but that one does its job and finds the floor. Now Katie Huang will come back to serve for Martinsville. And in that first set, Katie was the one that served Martinsville to that 18-9 lead. But she won't get many opportunities here in this one after the Cougars quickly halted. If you joined us earlier, I talked about an article I read in the Herald Times after it was recapping the Bloomington North, Bloomington South matchup from Tuesday, and South's coach talking about how he really preaches to his team 2 for 1. So when you get a side out, at least get one more point. And Martinsville trying to do their job of not letting the team get another point. They want to go for a 2 for 1 here. Grace Reynolds again with that setter attack. Averaging about a kill a match. Get a violation on the Artesians, so there's that point back for Martinsville. Ella Whitney to serve. And again, trouble with the serve receive for the Cougars. Kenzie Martin, a good swing on it. Conte hits it long. So the Artesians on the serve of Ella Whitney trying to get back into this, and they have. 10-9, they trail it now. Now they go to Conte again. She goes off block, but it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Cougars. Conte off the block of Grace Reynolds. Nat Burns on the serve now for Cougars. That serve receive, not a very good one. Again, off the block of Grace Reynolds. And another point for Bloomington North. Olivia Washington, the opposite or right side hitter for the Cougars. That lefty, usually opposite or the right side occupied by a left-handed hitter. And Martinsville saw a good one on Monday night against Avon. Conte hammers it down. Nice dig there by Martin, and she takes a swing at it. North trying to rally to volley it over. Now Martinsville back to the middle for Martin, and it'll get down. Like we said, Martinsville sets Mackenzie Martin quite often. Really look for her on the offensive side, and she's done a nice job this season. Leading attacker, nearly 5 kills a set. 35% kill percentage, so roll shot there by Conte. Dorset will score it. Reynolds. Burns on the back set, left side Washington, and she hammers it home. Talked about it, that right side or opposite is usually a left-handed. CC Aliong from Avon was a star for the Orioles on Monday here at the John R. Wooden Gym to help lead them to the 3-1 victory. Martin, the good answer from the middle. A great attack there by McKenzie. Trying to move her around a little bit. Now she'll move back to that familiar right side, but kind of had a missed throw on the service attempt, and as a result, Be a point for the Cougars. And Gallagher back to serve now. Martinsville scrambling to try to volley this over. They're able to do so. Cougars, a good chance here. Burns, middle. Martinsville right there again. Attack on the outside. Emily Jones blocked down. Dorsett on the attack. Reynolds, middle. Roll shot to Martin. Now on the outside to Washington. And some miscommunication by the Artesians. And we said those long rallies, oftentimes momentum boost for the team that gets the point. And the North Cougars get the point once again. That's the second time one of those have happened. And we're going to get a timeout by Kenny Kleingardner, the Artesian assistant coach, doing head coaching duties here today. So we're in set number 2, 15-12 the score from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium.
Hey, don't forget to catch your Artesians in actions at Martinsville Athletics, GoArtesians.com, and Twitter at Artesian Nation.
Here we go. Oh, bad on my part here. I didn't get that switched. My apologies. See if it'll be good luck for the Artesians. Washington will go into the net. So it is 12-13. So, or 15-13, we should say. So the timeout puts a halt to the run. Urban on serve. Burns, middle. So a couple in a row now by the Artesians. Molly Urban back to serve. Conte. Now the Cougars just volleyed over. Urban, Reynolds, slide to Whitney. They'll go wide. Setter Nat Burns for the Cougars. Martin, Reynolds sets middle to Whitney that time and hammers it off the block. 16-15. So Ella been playing well from that middle position for the Artesians. Outside off block, Artesians can't recover, so North keeping the 2-point cushion. Oh, and another break by the Artesians because that one looked like it was in. Katie Wong will come on to serve now for Martinsville. Maybe she can serve the Artesians back out in front. 17-16 the score. They trail it. The first set, she had a great serve. But this time it's Conte on the rotation out there on the outside, getting the kill. Haven't said her name as much this match. Martinsville's paid a little bit more attention to her, but just kind of the way that the match has flowed, she hadn't had a ton of opportunities. Nice serve that time by North, and Cougars essentially get the service ace. Off the right hand that time of Ava Franklin. And it was Franklin who came to serve late in that first set that got North back into it after they trailed 18-9. Middle Whitney has it blocked and falls down again. Come the Cougars, 20-16 now. They already lead at 1-0, 29-27 winners in that long first set. Trying to close it out here. Franklin floats it Urban, up to Reynolds. She goes with the tip, and nicely done that time by Reynolds. The setter attack getting there quickly on the second hit. Now Whitney back to serve. A little miscommunication there, but Conte, no miscommunication on that one. Martinsville has done a nice job of moving the block over toward her, but Conte just simply elevates above it all, and the setter, Burns, has done a nice job of setting her up and giving her a chance to elevate, see what she likes, and then hammer it home. And we didn't call her name a lot here. The jump ball at the net. Martinsville will keep it alive. Now Martin winds up, and he'll get it down off the block. So nice job by McKenzie. So that's kind of the matchup you're watching. They serve right at Conte, and now they're going to go on the back set that time. A little bit of a decoy. So they looked like they were going to go to Conte. Kind of the block slid over that way, and that allows Washington to hit really against nobody. And the right side, or opposite, Olivia Washington able to hammer it home with the left hand. So now 22-18 the score here from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Set number 2. The Cougars won set number 1, 29-27, coming back from an 18-9 deficit in that first set. Leading this one for their head coach, Disney Bronnenberg. Martinsville coached here tonight by Kenna Kleingartner. Their head coach, Kayla Mack, away, dealing with some family things, and so again our thoughts with her and her family as Coach Kleingartner again at the helm for the Artesians, trying to put a halt to a couple of game or match losing streak. They fell to a good Avon team on Monday, lost to Franklin on the road on Tuesday. Followed a run where the Artesians got off to a great start on the season. 10-2, but have since dropped 4 of 6. And the Cougars look like they are in the driver's seat here. See if Martinsville can get control. Trailing by 5. Conte on the serve. Martin to Reynolds. He goes middle and around the block with the tip that time was Mackenzie Martin. 23-19. Mackenzie able to see where the block was set up and then just kind of tip around it. Martin, the hard serve, but it is long, and now the Cougars have a set point. Actually 5 set points. Liv Gallagher will try to serve it out here. 24-19 for the Cougars. And Martinsville, I think, able to get a chance at it. It'll be point. I thought it went off block. It did not. The Cougars win it here in set number 2, 25-19. So we will take a break, come back with the third set from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. You're watching high school volleyball on WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel.
Understand.
Being young is hard.
With friends, school, family,
Homework, jobs, sports.
It's easy to get overwhelmed.
stress, anxiety, depression.
They can take over everything.
And with drinking, vaping, smoking, drugs.
We know it seems like the easiest answer.
But it just makes things harder.
No matter what you're facing,
you can do it.
And you don't have to do it alone.
Because we understand.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
We're not just officers or deputies. We're people. We're parents and grandparents. We're here to serve our community. We're here for you. And we want everyone to succeed and be substance abuse free.
Back at the John R. Wooden Gymnasium, Martinsville and Bloomington North in high school volleyball. Glad we can bring it to you here on WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Tomorrow night we will not be able to be on the road at Franklin to bring you the football game between Martinsville and the Grizzly Cubs. Agreement between the conference teams that the home schools will take care of the live stream broadcast, so that will be the case tomorrow night, and Franklin will have it for you. You can watch it on IHSA TV, but it will be a cost. Pay-per-view for them. I believe $9.95, but support their program. Watch the Artesians if you can't get over there. Should be a good matchup. If you listen to Inside Artesian or Inside Martinsville football this week with head coach Brian Duggar, he basically talked about the Grizzly Cubs being a mirror image of the Artesians. So should be a good matchup tomorrow night. If you can't get out there, tune in to Franklin's broadcast. It will cost you, like we said, I think $9.95 on IHSA TV, but former MHS Rewind alum Kevin Hankins will be on the call. Or he won't actually be on the call, but Kevin runs the RTV program over there at Franklin Community and have a familiar voice to me on the call, and Thomas Crow, a student, a junior over there at Franklin Community. That will be in and a point for Bloomington North. 1-0, they lead it. We said those long rallies, the winners of those long rallies, it's really served as some momentum for the team that was able to win it. And in that last set, it seemed to always be Bloomington North, and it seems like it may be North again. They lead it 3-1 here in set number 3, already up 2-0. Had to get some batteries changed on the camera, so nice teamwork by our camera crew over there, teaming up. Devin Brenner and Dylan Roden, both doing a fantastic job. Mackenzie Martin hammers it down. So a good answer by the Artesians. Devin actually playing on the football team and got some time on the varsity level. Some injuries last week against Decatur Central. Kind of thrown into the mix on the defensive line and did a nice job. Kelsey Kirkpatrick in to serve. In the middle. Blocked down but out, so point for the Artesians. 3-3. And Dylan will be on the track, I'm assuming, this spring, should we have it. Very good sprinter. 4-3. So the Cougars up 2-0. Up 4-3 here in the third set. Reynolds all the way to the outside to Emily Jones, and Emily will get the kill. We talked about it earlier. Emily's had some really good swings here tonight, and that one gets down. And now Molly Urban to serve. And miscommunication by the Cougars, and Martinsville has the lead 5-4. So the Artesians trying to make a rally here in the third set. 5-4 trailers, or leaders now, I should say. But they trailed 2-0. Cougars having to scramble on that. Blocked down, though, by Bloomington North. So they put a halt to it. We talked about that 2-for-1 thing. So you get a side out and you get a point, and then you want to at least serve 1 point if you can. And so that's what North was really able to do the majority of the time in that first 2 sets, but unable to do that there, and Martinsville will get the point. 6-5, Macy Dorsett back to serve. Teams could be getting a little tired. The Artesians, a lot of matches here lately. You know, going back to last week. Conte delivers. Well, we said Conte's name a ton in the first set. Not as much in the second set, but that name's come up a few times here early on in set number 3, and that does not bode well for the Artesians. She's very good on the outside. The dump by Reynolds is a good one. So that setter attack there where basically Grace sets up like she's going to normally put the set and then uses both hands to dump the ball over the net. And if you listen to me on these broadcasts, every time I see that, I just think back to 1996. Great serve there by Katie Wong. And remember, in that first set, Katie really served Martinsville to a big lead before North came all the way back. But always go back to 1996 when we started our broadcasting here, when WREP was owned by the Reporter Times. We followed volleyball all season long for their state championship journey, and the team led by Christy Burns, now Christy Prosser, and Heather Wright, now Heather Devon, 2 Division I volleyball standouts. You know, got a state championship for Christy's mom. But Christy, such a great setter, would do those setter attacks, those dumps on numerous occasions, and very effective at it. Right there again, another kill for Grace Reynolds. So doing a nice job from her setter spot. And then, of course, Heather Wright Devon playing that middle. Lots of slides to her. We're referencing what Martinsville does with Ella Whitney a little bit. Conte hits it long. So here we go, Martinsville. A little bit of a run, 9-8. Back to Ella Whitney, or 10-8, Martinsville out in front. Nice job by Ella. Back set to Macy Dorsett, goes off block. And Martinsville rallying it up here, 11-8. Artesians trail 2-0, but they lead here in the third set. 11-8. Nice job by the setter, Nat Burns, for Bloomington North that puts a halt to that Artesian run, 11-9. Now, if you're Martinsville, you hope to keep it right here. You don't want at least a 2-for-1, and Nat Burns will go back to serve for Bloomington North. Reynolds, nice set to Mackenzie Martin, off block, and just what Martinsville wanted to do. Point for point. Reynolds back to serve. And nearly finds the floor, and the ace really for Martinsville for Grace Reynolds, so 13-9. Smiles returning to the face of the Artesians as they lead it here by 4. Burns outside Conte. Nice dig by Urban. Again, they'll set outside Conte and miss hit for her. And a 5-point Artesian advantage. Well, we were in a situation like that was Martinsville in the opening set. They actually led 18-9 before the Cougars rallied all the way back to win it 29-27. Middle, and the timing is way off there by North, and another point for the Artesians, 15-9 now. Burns, again, they'll go outside to Conte. Artesians right there to dig it, so they've made a little bit of an adjustment, have the Artesians in their defense of Conte. Blocked down by the Artesians, but kept alive. And now these scramble points have really been momentum boosters for whatever team has been able to get those in this match. And for the majority of the time, it's been North. Let's see if Martinsville can maintain momentum here. Reynolds outside Mackenzie Martin, and they do. So 16-9, and Reynolds doing some house cleaning. And the timeout. Well, North leads it 2-0, but Martinsville up 16-9 here in the third set. If you're just joining us, though, the Artesians were up 18-9 in the opening set before Bloomington North rallied to win. Cougars really controlled the second set throughout much of it, 25-19. Martinsville has been in command of this one, 16-9 throughout most as well. Trying to force a fourth set coming up for assistant coach Kenneth Kleingartner, who is filling in for Kayla Back. Coach Back away with her family. So after the timeout, and Grace Reynolds back to serve. Burns outside to Conte. Conte able to put a halt to the run. Kyla Conte, the junior. Middle to Mackenzie Martin. It's blocked. Cougars keep it alive and just volley it over. And it'll go long. Well, timeout has worked a couple thus far for a couple of points for North. Again, Conte back to serve. And another miss hit by the Artesians, 16-12. Reynolds, middle to Emery Carter's blocked down. Martin able to go get it in. Kelsey Kirkpatrick will check in. Washington having to go to her offhand, just enough to throw the Artesians off and get the point, 17-13. Well, tomorrow night, if you're tuning in hoping to see Martinsville and Franklin football live stream, you will not be able to see it on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Road conference game, unable to do it. Great swing that time by Dorsett. Well executed by the Artesians all the way around. But you can tune in on IHSA TV and check it out on Franklin Community High School's live stream, run by MHS Rewind alum Kevin Hankins. Goes wide as his crew will be handling the broadcast. It's on pay-per-view, so you'll have to pay to watch it, but will help support their athletic program over there. Talked with Kevin this week a little bit about that. Point for the Cougars. 18-15, here we go. With all the COVID and the attendance situations, Franklin really had limited just 250 until I think they've opened it up this week. Here come the Cougars. 18-16, they've made a run. Be a little bit more loud in the stadium tomorrow night, but if you can't watch it, like I said, tune in on their HSA TV. Ella Whitney blocked in the middle. And Martinsville puts a halt to that. Well, this is where you need to get a 2-for-1, so you need to get some points here for Martinsville. At least another point here on this serve. Dorsett, Burns, middle. Dug by the Cougars. Back middle to Whitney, who hits it long. So it's 19-17, so now the Cougars themselves will try to Fruquet, will serve for North. Block at the net. The adjustment by Conte, and then they'll go middle tip. Kept alive. Burns goes middle tip. Martinsville can't get to it. Oh, there we go. Dylan Roden doing a fantastic job on the camera. So these kids normally would maybe have somebody in their ear, tech directing, telling them what to do, but he's doing a really good job, really zooming in and getting you those reacts and those hero shots of the people that score after each point. Molly Urban, his cousin, runs it down, and Artesians are just 1 point away from being all tied up after they had a big lead. Ella Whitney, though, able to hammer it in. So she puts a halt to it, 20-18. Now you need to kind of build on it. Katie Wong will go back to serve for Martinsville, and I've said that every time she's come back to serve, she's the one that got Martinsville out to that 18-9 lead in the first set before the Cougars came all the way back. See if they can get her to keep serve here. Mackenzie Martin hammers it down to the left side. And they do. So Martinsville at least gets the 2 for 1 minimum. They're looking for more here. 21-18 the score. They trailed 2 sets to none, so crucial here. Burns outside. And Conte there. And Conte's kind of rotated back up there to the front on the outside, and that's dangerous ground for the Artesians. And this is the setup that's caused problems for Martinsville. Ava Franklin on the serve, and then Conte up there on the front row. So let's see if Franklin can serve, and if North can take advantage. Martinsville outside. Great hit by Mackenzie Martin. Fantastic adjustment. The set was wide. Mackenzie was able to make a good adjustment on it in the air, hit it down the net, and hold off the Cougars momentarily. Conte after off the block. Dorset can't run it down, and North. Nat Burns back to serve. 22-20. North trails. They lead 2 sets to none. Talked about that 2 for 1. They're looking to get it. Martinsville's looking to prevent it. Serve receive issues. The roll shot. Cougars a good chance, but that wasn't a very good receive there. But Conte has to hit it. Martinsville can't keep it alive. So at least a 2 for 1 here for North. 22-21. Burns looks to the bench to get the signal where they want her to serve to. Short to Tombleson. All the way outside. Kenzie Martin hits it wide and long. So a good swing by Mackenzie, but we're tied up at 22. She went through the block. And now we're at 22 apiece, and North has some momentum. And we're going to get a timeout. 22 all. 2-0. North leads it in sets. So they're 1 set away from closing this out, but Martinsville looking to make it go to another set here. It's 22-22. Martinsville also had a pretty sizable lead in this particular set as well. In that opening set, they jumped out 18-9. It looked like they had on cruise control, but North just started chipping away, and then eventually got a 29-27 victory. Really in control throughout much of that second set, 25-19. And hey, again, The Cougars trailed here for much of this third set, but have made a late rally here. Nat Burns on the serve, the setter for North. And ready to go. And Cougars once again. And they lead at 23-22. Scramble. Conte off block. Martinsville trying to keep it alive. And a point on the violation by the Artesians. And now the Cougars have a couple of set and match points. We'll get a timeout. So the Cougars now. An opportunity to serve it out here. Nat Burns back to serve. Short. Martin nearly got it down. Artesians again. Martin long, and North comes all the way back to win it in 3. The final. (25-22), Bloomington North wins it. Well, they get the first set 29-27, 25-19 in the second, and the third 25-22. This has been a student production of WRAP 15 sports students in the broadcasting program at Martinsville High School responsible for producing the game here this evening. Devin Brenner and Dylan Roden ran cameras for those students. I'm Eric Meyer. So long, everyone, from the John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Bloomington North wins it here tonight in 3 sets, 3-0.